Such a great tune from the 70s. In this lesson, I'll show you the awesome strumming in this song, along with some cool triads and tricks to make this one sound great. This is Supertramp's Give a Little Bit. Welcome back to Relax and Learn Guitar. I'm Kevin, and this is Maggie May. Getting the YouTube treats out of the way. My wife Vicky's behind the camera.
Hello.
Let's get started on this great 70s song. So this one was written on a, you coming back to say hi? This one was written on a 12-string guitar, but you can totally use a 6-string guitar. Sorry, we need to, that's all we got. Go on. No, that's all we got. Say goodbye. See you later, friends. Go on. This one is one I recommend that you take in little pieces. This one's quite, it's a great tune. There's a little bit going on strumming wise. I'll show you how to break that down. Several open chords, a couple of bar chords, just some really good stuff. So just a little bit at a time on this one. So no pun intended about giving a little bit at a time. So we'll start with the intro. We're gonna have some open chords here. The first chord is gonna be an A7 chord. We'll need to know a D chord and a G chord. That will get us through the intro and the first part of the verse. So the first little bit we're going to start with is this intro. It's a little unique because it starts with 2 up strums pretty quick on an A7 to D, then repeat that. Then we go G to A7. And he starts, if you listen to the record, I encourage playing along. You'll hear it kind of start getting some strumming in between these chords. The easiest way I remember this one, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. If you're going to count this, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Wait, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But it's easier for my brain to go down, down, up, down, down, up. And after he plays that G to A7, the rest of the song is kind of, that pattern will get you all the way through. So we have A7 to D, up, down, then G, A7, again, and that repeats. Down, down, up, down, down, up. Listen to the record, that A7 to D twice, the G to A7 twice, and then G to D, and it starts into the verse. So after that intro, we get into the first verse. It's interesting because we go from that G ends that intro piece. Give a little bit. That's where the verse starts on a D. Same idea. Down, down, up, in between these chords. So it starts on that D. Give a little bit. A7 to D. G, A7. G, A7, again G to D, a little bit, A7 to D, G to A7, G to A7, G, and then we get to our first change here. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's like, we're going to play a B minor chord here. I'm going to recommend playing that as a bar chord if you're there. If you are not to the point of playing a bar chord yet, you can easily get away with doing just kind of the 4-finger B minor. So you'd play index finger here on the first string, 2nd fret. You're gonna have your middle on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Your ring on the 4th string, 4th fret. Your pinky on the 3rd string, 4th fret. So this is the part that goes, there's so much. So this B minor, down, down, up, down, down, up. That's 4 times in the down, down, ups. Need to share. We go from an E, sus, 4, which is not one you play very often. Just think E.
That was pretty crunched.
Yeah, you gotta smash those fingers into that second fret. So just think E shape. So there's an E chord. If you put your pinky down onto the third string, second fret, that's an E sus4. And he just toggles that. So you're doing a down, down, up, and then lift up the pinky and go back to that E chord. So it's, there's so much need to share. Send a smile is G. And then we have another kind of what I call toggle. I don't know if that's a correct guitar term or not. Now these chords have really big names, but they're very easy to play. The first chord is an A7 suspended fourth. Think A7 shape. I'm going to recommend playing this A7 shape just a little different here. You could do it either way. I do index finger on the fourth string, second fret, my middle finger on the second string, second fret. That's an A7 shape. If you just put your ring finger down here onto the second string, third fret, that's the A7 suspended 4 chord. And he just goes back and forth. You play with your ring finger down, off, down, off, B. After that second verse, there's another section here. I told you a little bit at a time. The next one to tackle would be this kind of solo. I call it the sax solo section. Not easy to say. More bar chords. This is the part with the it's the saxophone part. Although that was a really poor attempt at sounding like a saxophone.
Yeah, it was.
So, yeah. More bar chords here. There's a F sharp minor. You can play that as a bar chord. If these bar chords are giving you trouble here at this like solo section, you can also play them as power chords. And just worry about fretting index finger here on the second fret of that sixth string. Ring and pinky on strings 4 or 5 and 4 on that fourth fret, and just worry about those 3 strings. You can play that without. It's going to sound okay. There's an F sharp minor, same pattern, down, down, up, down, down, up, but we're kind of squeezing on that down, down, up, down, down, up, on that first down. So that B minor chord again, you could do. You can play it as a power chord. So you have F sharp, B minor, again, F sharp, B minor, one more F sharp, then to a G, and a C, G. And that last C, G is kind of quick. They're sharing that measure. Then we're to one of my most favorite parts of this song. If you take anything away from this lesson at all, take this. This is something that's pretty common in the blues. This is a shape that we're kind of moving up and down the neck. The pattern's going to change here just slightly for the strumming, but I'm doing an A7, and we're going to go back to that kind of original, using your middle and your ring finger to fret those 2 A7 notes on that fourth string and second string. Then we're going to slide up. You're going to leave your middle finger down on this fourth string. It's going to slide up to the fourth fret. Then you're going to have your index finger down onto the second string, third fret. It's kind of we're going to call that an A sharp. And then the third shape is an A7, but it's on the fifth fret. So we have A7, A sharp, and A7 on the fifth fret. Back to the A sharp.
That is nice.
Back to the, isn't it pretty? So you could do the same strum pattern that we've been covering. Down, down, up, 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 down, down, I like doing this. It's nice because you're playing all these open strings, so you kind of get this like ringing out with it. So an alternate strum pattern, it could be down, down, up, down, up. It gets repeated 3 times. And then into the third verse. And this third verse has a little bit of a variation in it. The first verse and the second verse are played exactly the same. But the end of this third verse, it's a tad bit different. This is after that B minor, E sus4 to E to G. So then instead of doing this, that little A7 suspended fourth one, we're going to do just a C and a G that share the measure. C, G. And that's the only difference in that verse. So after that third verse, we get into this cool part again. I call those the blues shapes. I don't know if that's what they're really called, but in my brain I just call this, that's just kind of a blues shape thing. So we would do that A7, A sharp, A7 on the 5th fret, A sharp, do that again 3 times, then I really like this part too. So if you take away 2 things from this lesson, I'm not saying that's all of it's not a great song, but you can get a lot of mileage out of this and what we're going to do here. This is just moving a D shape, which is a triad. There's 3 notes in this D shape here. This is just a good old open D chord. But if you move that up to the 7th fret, sounds great. 9th fret sounds great. Back down to the 7th, so he's going down, down, up, down on the 7th fret, down, up, down on the 9th fret, up on the 7th fret, down, down on the 2nd. So then we get to another triad. I really like this part of the song too. We're going to call this the C-add 9, but we're going to play it this way. We're going to have our index finger on the 1st string 3rd fret, our ring finger on the 3rd string 5th fret, and our pinky on the 2nd string 5th fret. Just worry about those 3 strings. Stick to the down, down, up, down, down, up. Then we're going to go back to this D shape on the 7th fret, and then back to the regular D. So it's then start that again. C-add 9, D on the 7th fret, D on the 2nd fret. I think they do that about 4 times. And then for the very end of the song outro, we're going to go with it's going to sound like this. Chime me there at the end.
A little bit.
Yeah. So for that very end of the outro, we're going to stick with the down, down, up, down, down, up. We're going to go from a C to a G to an A minor 7. We haven't played that one yet. A minor 7 looks like an A minor, but lift up your ring finger. So you have G or C, G, A minor 7, back to that A sus. So easiest way to get there, I think, is to just lay that pinky down onto the 2nd string 3rd fret. And this is, they share the measure, so it goes kind of quick. A sus 4, A, and then one more D, 7th fret, 9th fret, 7, D, D. And the song ends with this D shape all the way up here onto the 14th fret.
No, whoa.
Yeah, Most guitars can handle it, even acoustics or dreadnoughts. If you have a cutaway, it's a little easier. So let's kind of, I'll put this together and play through kind of intro, verse, sax solo, and kind of outro, kind of in that order, so you can just kind of see or hear how all the parts fit together. All right, so we're starting here with the intro. Those are just A7 to Ds and GDs to A7s. Into the first verse, same chords, A7 to D, G to A7, G to A7, that down, down, up, A7 to D, and G to A7, G to A7, then we got that B minor, the E sus4, to the E, G, A sus4 suspended, alternating with that A7 to the next verse. And we'll do the solo section here. F sharp minor to B minor, some cool sax in the background. F sharp minor to B minor, one more F sharp minor to G. Then a C shares with a G, then this cool A7 trick, A7, A sharp, A7 fret, A sharp, one more time, into the third verse. Okay? And then we'll do the cool triads here at the end. C add 9, D, one more time. Then we have C, G, A minor 7, A suspended 7, 4, A, D, and on the 14th fret. There you go. So add that one to the set list, give a little bit, take a little bit at a time. You can do it, have fun with it. For your next tunes, check out this playlist here where I have some more cool rock songs from the 70s you can play. Remember that Vicky and Maggie and I very much appreciate your views, your support here on YouTube. It's been amazing. And until next time, remember that you're never too old to learn.
Take care.